What's up, everybody? We're back today playing some more Darkest Dungeon. I'm excited, and we are going to be jumping into a Bewitching Predator today. So the final mission for the Crimson Courtyard, and it's a long one. It's a very long one. I went ahead and for once, I took a look at the map ahead of time. The final map here is a lot more symmetrical than previous ones have been. So, you know, I'm not going to have it open in front of me, but I do have a general idea of where we're going, and that's going to be super helpful as we navigate, because I don't want to take every single fight in here. This place is huge, but we are going to try and knock it out. 6 invitations, not enough to do so. So perhaps after today, I'll spend a day or so kind of in my free time just collecting additional invitations to make sure that we can clear this place. Our squad today is going to be made up of Behemoth, rocking the Flesh's Heart and Crescendo box, extra damage and speed, and extra bleed resistance, which I feel like is pretty important, and max HP for him. The Highwayman is going to be using the Bloodied Neckerchief and the Shameful Locket. Great bonuses for him. Now, she's currently wasting Boisette, but once we get in there, we'll give her some blood. She'll be fine. Ancestor Scroll and the Sacred Scroll, both just maximizing her healing. The stress comes out to 0, no increase or decrease. We just lose damage. And then we've got the Fuseman's Matchstick and the Prophet's Eye on Skibo. So lots of accuracy, lots of damage, lots of speed, all that good stuff. Okay. Everybody's good to go? I think so. We just need to provision and get in there. We are going to embark. Actually, you know what? I didn't read. I didn't do what I always do. Let's read this first. The Countess commands an audience. Perhaps she wishes one last dance. Okay, so you get rich from doing this, of course, but that's to be expected. It's going to take us like probably 10 invitations to clear this place. You get the Countess's Fan, plus 50% healing received if you have the Crimson Curse, and minus 25% bleed resist. I mean, 50% healing received is no joke. We're also going in for the Shard of Glass, the Flagellant only item. I don't think we have the other Flagellant item. No, I don't think so. But we're going to be looking to try and get plenty of items here. Alright, we start off with a little extra food. We're going to want to take a lot of food. We'll take 1 stack of torches, 1 stack of shovels, definitely 1 stack of bandages. We'll start off with 2 stacks of blood, though that might be a little overkill. We've got a ton. We've been without the Crimson Curse for a long time. You don't need keys. And we'll take a couple of these guys. There's a small chance we could use it. But, just like the last time, we're not here to get rich. We're already rich. We're going to pick up as many heirlooms as we can. And we're here for items. To try and find all of the good items.
The morbid encounter resolved itself in my favor. And I set to work pursuing degeneracy in its most decadent forms. The air pulsed with anticipation as I revealed the unnatural terroir of the house vintage. But my exultation was cut short as the attending gentry turned upon themselves in an orgy of indescribable frenzy. A single drop of that forbidden tannin gifted me with a dizzying glimpse of the hibernating horror beneath my feet, and in that moment, I understood the terrible truth of the world. I stood reborn, molded by newfound knowledge, my head throbbing to the growing wine of winged vermin come to drink the tainted blood of the Darkest Dungeon.
Jesus. Ugh. The imagery in this game is just off the charts. I'm so stoked for Darkest Dungeon 2. The Frozen aesthetic, I think, will be amazing. There's so many crappy like sci-fi movies that I love, simply for the fact that they take place in places like Antarctica, and you know, finding the idea of finding like lost civilizations buried under the snow is like just so cool.
Even my untethered imagination dares not conceive of what effect the years spent submerged in toxic sludge may have had on her heteromorphic flesh.
Heteromorphic. That's not a word you get to hear very often. Okay, first things first, let's get rid of her wasting. Bring her back up to standard. And there you go. Just like that, she's a little bit healed. I don't need to waste any food on that. Let's just get into the first fight. Immediately step into a trap.
Carelessness will find
It's okay.
no clemency
I'd
in
much
this
rather
place.
take a little damage than take a bunch of stress right off the bat. Try and get rid of this mosquito. So one of the reasons why I took the party that I did is because 2 of them are already cursed, and I'd rather not get like a whole fresh crew of guys cursed. I'm expecting these 2 to become cursed. Let's kill him. Okay, he's gone. Peace and chicken grease. Alright, and we'll attack here. Okay. That attack just never lands for me. And there we go. Just like that, cursed. So if you stay in here long enough, everyone will eventually become cursed. We brought enough blood to deal with it. We'll probably pick up enough blood from the various encounters to also counteract it. This guy's also dead.
The slow death.
If we get the chance, we're going to go for a bit of a heal.
Unforgiving.
Shuffle around there. And there we go.
A death by inches.
And we get a jute tapestry.
Such
We'll
a
toss the
burden
gold.
of
I know
finery
I won't need that,
risks
so I'm okay with that.
life and limb.
Such a burden of finery. Okay. I'm trying to remember, can the collector show up in here? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Okay, you get some blood. Usually give me garbage, but I've had them
Finding
give
the
me
stuff
like
is
really
only the
good
first
stuff
test.
before.
Now it must be carried home.
Once again, guys, this place is enormous. Today is just going to be spent trying our best to clear it out.
A decisive pummeling.
Spread that bleed,
ground
spread that
quakes.
damage. Crits are incredibly useful for getting rid of stress. And it makes sense that, for the most part, they'll target hail because they want to infect him. Go for a little damage here. And I can get the kill for sure.
As the fiend
Set up the
falls,
post.
a faint hope blossoms.
Free digestion. That's where the need for antivenom comes in. It would never be that bad. 12 damage. We can easily outpace that in healing. Even with his own healing, which is substantial.
Well struck.
Good job. Those guys are dead as heck. And also remember, guys, our flagellant is an amazing healer also. He just needs to get kind of low in order to bring that out for him.
Formation is broken.
Perfect.
Maintain the offensive.
Keep those stress levels nice and low. And if we get the chance, we'll heal that up with Skibo. But we're not. He's gonna die to his own bleed.
Gently. This is how a life is taken.
Yeah, we can't take any of this. But that's okay. We're in it for longevity here. This will give us treasure. We might as well. Yeah, that's more of what we want. So I'm gonna toss this. I'm gonna toss... You know what? We can spare ourselves a little bit. Let's eat some of this food. I have so much extra food. And the only way that gold makes sense to me to try and hold on to is if it's in the form of a jute tapestry. Because that's a lot. I mean, that's a fat stack right there. 4,500. Help us pay for a lot of the supplies we used. I'll try and interact with just about everything, even if I know that I'm not going to be able to take most of it with me. For instance, I honestly don't care too much about dog treats because I know we're not making it to a boss. And I don't care... You know what I should start using my torches too. Get accuracy per battles. I also don't care too much about medicinal herbs. So just like that, you know, we're throwing things away. But that's alright. We're only on the second room here. Okay, I kind of remember there's like some little like dead-end offshoots here that just give us fights. Like this is a complete dead end if I remember the map correctly. But there are some very long dead ends in this dungeon that we are going to get to. But at the end of those is like treasure, and there's multiples of those.
Strike.
But had we gone down the other side, the other path, if I remember correctly, it is very much symmetrical. So there's another little off branch that shoots up like that doesn't do anything as well, or doesn't go anywhere, I should say. Do some damage here. Very close to getting the kill.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Okay, we spread a lot of bleed. And Blight proving to be a real status effect against us. Valier, let's see how much damage he does. 14, not bad. And a bleed and a debuff. Wow, we're going to need to heal that up. Okay, this guy's already dead, so no reason to mess with him. This guy should now be dead. Yes. Okay, perfect. Can't reach there, so let's just shoot him. He's got 30% protection, so not the best if you're just trying to do damage to him.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
Hopefully, I was really hoping he would target somebody else, but excellent dodges. We do have great dodges on them. 46 dodge on Hail is no joke. We are going to stress heal. Yeah, let's do it. That's unique to him.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Excellent. Okay. Pop that.
Horrors.
Pick those up.
Driven into the mud.
We'll get rid of that. And I feel like we should get rid of these. They're kind of scary enough. We'll drop that there. Okay. Very good. And let's keep going. It's nice to take a little bit of a look at the map beforehand to make sure we don't waste a ton of time. It's not my first time in this place. Oh, wow. We have multiples of these back at home. We don't truly need this. I am tempted, however, to take it, though. I could honestly just ditch. I can take whatever I want, guys. We're at such a late stage in the game. The only resource that I need that I don't have comes from the farmstead. I don't need these two items, but at the end of the day, I'm probably going to get out of here before space becomes that relevant. I have to keep shovels. I don't need to keep torches. You use them to interact with certain curios and to keep your accuracy a little bit buffed. It's not even that big of a buff. Kind of prefer to keep bandages if possible. I'm tempted here just to eat a stack of food. Pick up the martyr seal. And like I said, all of this is subject to change. I could end up dumping this coven signet for something down the line. This right here is a good case of might potentially dump something. We could also leave it intact. I mean, there's no real backtracking to this point. But this is a camp. What would I destroy, get rid of for a camp? Probably, honestly, bandages, as crazy as that sounds. Bandages or torches? I'm going to go with getting rid of the torches. And as always, I pretty much like to keep my my camps to the left there. Too much can go wrong in this game. Okay, I think you need herbs to interact with this. Otherwise, you're just asking for trouble. We don't even have the space. Just walk by. We don't have to interact with everything. I like to, just because you have the chance to get some rare stuff like this. Another one? Okay.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
Alright. Kinda don't like getting two like that. My OCD is killing me looking at this. Okay. Getting moved around kind of sucks for us, but the flagellant can move so effortlessly to really any part of the battlefield that he chooses. It's wonderful. It's one of the best things about him. I was hoping to get that kill there before he had a chance to attack. I figured he was the fastest one, but he missed his attack and now he's going to die next turn. Okay, cool. We've got so much AoE that I'm really not bothered by guard effects. So one thing that I've grown to appreciate more as I've gotten better at Darkest Dungeon is the ability to shuffle and move myself back into place. The flagellant being able to move really from all the way back line to all the way front line is unique. But also, attack there. 1 damage. Nice. Well, we stunned. But also, having someone in your party with a move like Riposte. Not Riposte. Gotta look at the name of that ability on the Highwayman. But having at least one person in your party with an ability that can move them can really save you from being shuffled. Which against some compositions is just a straight up death sentence. Go for that.
A powerful
Perfect. And that gives him bleed skill chance for 2 rounds. Very cool. So it's Duelist Advance is what I've chosen as kind of my movement skill, if you will. Just a little bit of extra assurance. Okay. Go for the heal. Top everybody off. Courtesan left alive. Not my favorite thing to do, but we should be faster than her. And we'll just take the kill instead of going for the stress heal.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious
See what I'm working
killer.
with. How many full stacks? Quite a few. Anything I get rid of? I'm tempted to get rid of 1 firewood. Because it doesn't carry over from run to run. And there's no way I stay in this place on this 1 invitation long enough to use 2 firewood. I'm not even really getting hurt yet. Okay, so this is where the symmetry kind of takes over. It goes back up and around. We just want to keep going down. Going down is kind of our answer here. We would need a torch to interact with that. This crew is a really good, like, clearing crew. They're very sustainable from fight to fight. And they're going to take a lot of the fights for us. That way some of our weaker crews can come in here and give them a break. Not to say we even really have a weak crew. That would definitely not be accurate. Big damage. And shuffling back. Also remember, point blank shot can get him out of the first row. So he can move forward and backwards. But they're doing some big damage to me right now. Her base heal at 16 is very nice. We've got some very large bleeds. We could use a dodge or 2 right now, just to stop this like onslaught of damage.
Impressive.
Okay, not quite dead on him. Let's go for this kill. Set up the riposte. And if they continue to target him, they're going to have a bad time. Gonna heal her just because she has the bleed, and I know that'll top her off. Alright, another one bites the dust. And they go for him again. Dodge it. Yes! Dodge it to riposte. That's the best. The best feeling in the game, perhaps. Alright, now we start working on the stress. We go for the heal. We don't have to attack him. We'll just shuffle. We'll just shuffle. And give him a nice heal. Perfect. Alright, well done. And we get the Osmond chains. Okay, we want that.
Push on to the task's end.
Look at the good stuff. Dang. Okay. I mean, I want every single Crimson Courtyard item. This increases damage from ranged skills and... Wow, okay. Bit counterintuitive here between the first part and the second part. In position 1, it's hard for the Abomination to do... I think he can't do some of his ranged moves. Interesting. You know what I can do here? I can dump some of this blood. I have like 100 sitting back at home. I can also dump... Honestly, I could dump the Jute Tapestry. As weird as that might sound. I've got over 200,000 gold. And I'm on the final boss of the game. So I think we can safely dump that. And then lastly, I would probably just dump this Coven Signet. It's worth a bit of gold. We have very few buildings that need upgrading. And almost all the district buildings are done. All the ones that we can build with heirlooms are done. Minus the Red Hook. We have enough gold for that. But we do not have... I think you need 750 of the crests, which we don't have. Okay, so as we get like a better view here, let's go to the right. I made a mental note when I looked at the map to kind of stay hugging the right, because I think there's more treasure opportunities on the right-hand side. But there's just dead ends everywhere. There's these little like one-off fork rooms that you can go to. So like here, I'm pretty sure that's a dead end. But this is a dead end with a curio. I don't know. Let's go check it out. This is just a room battle. I don't want to go there just for a room battle. But I will happily go for a curio, even though we're not interacting with some of them. I'm not going to take pointless fights. Although it could give us items, you know, but... It's hard to resist that kind of bleed.
Precision and power.
Like that was 8 damage plus, I think that was 4 bleed on each. It might not be the best at single target killing, but boy do they start dropping quickly once they start dropping. Oh no. Okay. Kind of happy they hurt her over someone else. We can go for some AoE healing. I want them to spread their damage around as much as possible. Ooh, now they get the buff. 30% damage and extra speed. I just want them to stop targeting Hail. His stress level is too high. We could always camp if we really start feeling like he's in danger of going over the edge.
A devastating
Look
blow.
how much damage that does. It's so satisfying. Gives us lots of opportunities for crits as well. Yeah, he's getting messed up. Plus 67% stress. Was hoping for a crit there. All the bleed. 16 bleed damage. This guy's gonna live by 1 HP. Good dodge. Alright, we're gonna start crying havoc. Might just want to spam that out every turn. And the manservant is certainly dead. As is the Esquire. Try and go for another crit. You never know. And we'll let him get the kill. Didn't help him out though. And
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
we'll get the buff. Dodge and speed. Go see what's in this room. Pass. Okay, I see you on the ground there. 90%. Don't fail me. That should give him some stress relief. 9. Very good. Oh, and he's now craving. So we'll hook him up, give him bloodlust. Hopefully this person will give us something good. They did not, so we'll just toss it.
Are often low on supplies.
And there's a chest here. Interesting. I would have thought you'd be able to see. It says Curio, right? I would have thought I'd been able to see. Oh, man. The one shot. But right here, it looks like a standard curio, but I guess a chest counts as a standard curio. Very interesting. I didn't know that. So I need to pay more attention to that. The blue cup, or the blue chalice symbol. Good kill. Really can't stun that thing. 190% stun resistance. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll pop this for some decent damage. And then we'll cry havoc. And is it let slip the dogs of war, or is it let loose the dogs of war? I think it's let slip.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
What is in here?
Wealth beyond measure.
Damn, another jute tapestry.
Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Just a bunch of stuff I can't honestly even use or make room for. Damn, that sucks. I was hoping for an item. A trinket, I guess. Osmond chains. I want all of them. I love the thematics of them. I'm pretty sure there's a way to read, like, the history on those. I don't know where it is. Because every character has, like, a backstory. And I think I've talked about it before, but I don't remember where I can go to check it out. Center. There we go. Start moving down. Ooh, an insatiable ghoul. So let's make sure we kill the flesh eaters first. Alright, double crit. Perfect. A little bit overkill on him. Would have been nice to get that on this guy, because the other one had to bleed. Wow. Our crew is not messing around. Stunning him would be great, but... Okay, she's craving now, too. We have to remember that because of the Sacred Seal, she has a reduced chance to stun. It's not by much. Perfect. This guy does Howl, which can cause horror, I think. We don't want that to happen. So let's take him out as quickly as possible. He's got huge protection as well, 40%. My life for the Crimson Fluid. Don't do that, please. Point blank shot does a little bit less damage than we would like. And he's going to survive to get at least one attack off. Let's see what he does. Hopefully he goes for an attack and we dodge it. Nope. That's okay. He went for the person with the most stress, with the least stress on them already. And of course we didn't stress heal the one person who needed it. And Bloodlust is really affecting our stress because our guys are kind of freaking out.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Alright, we get a buff.
This expedition at least promises success.
Keep on moving. Clearing fights. We don't wanna waste our invitations. We've only got 6. And now we start going to the left here. And we're gonna wrap around, I think, in a symmetrical type fashion to the other side. It's always a game of trying to find the keys to get through the next doors. So right now we haven't found the door yet, but we are looking for the key. The door is certainly below us, because that's kind of the orientation of this particular dungeon. Everything is below us. We're moving down. So it makes sense that the door would be below us, and it also makes sense that the key is somewhere nearby. gonna have to find it. Probably helpful to find the door first, that way you know kind of the boundaries that you're moving around inside of. Come on, you fast jerks. Alright, so we're gonna get a nice AoE heal off with the Vestal. Some more AoE damage. Wow, oh, super overkill. But it's hard to complain. Man, talk about super overkill. Me and my wife just watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. We finished it last night. We had to make it a two-parter. Talk about overkill at the end. For those of you who haven't seen it yet, I'm not going to spoil anything. But just think about how in Inglourious Bastards, they kill Hitler and all the Nazi party. I don't know why I didn't see it coming for this movie. But I just had this huge sense of dread for the entire movie. That something bad was going to happen to some pretty innocent people. But as soon as I thought about Inglourious Bastards, I was like, oh no. Tarantino's about to flip the script again. And it ended up being kind of ridiculous. Overkill is like the best word I can think of.
But a victory nonetheless.
It was a good time. Would recommend. Okay, we found the gate. That's the locked room. So, I may have we're going to leave that there. No, don't touch that. Oh my god. Why? She gave herself super bleed. Okay, we need this to be an easy fight so we can take our time and heal. It's not really. It's still kind of a dangerous fight. But let's get rid of this Esquire. Which we can do pretty easily, I think. Stack that just in case Hale isn't able to finish. Oh, that's perfect. Well, that alleviates all my fears, really. We'll knock that out. Get the riposte on. Okay, good to go. Howl, not what we want to see, but we can counter it just by crying havoc.
Festering fear consumes the mind.
The one bloody hand of the flagellant. Talk about intimidating. And we're going to go for the bleed. Damn, resistance. See if we can get lucky and stun him again, and we do. And we managed to bring our stress down mostly through the use of crits and kills. Really wanted to lower his bleed resistance so he couldn't do that anymore. Alright. Flagellant just ticking away. Sure, I'll go for this again. I've gotten lucky before and gotten it twice in a row, even when you consider the plus 50% stun resist. Alright, landed the bleed, and he is dead. So we'll do a little bit of, like, pretend shuffling here. And then we'll do some, like, AoE heals.
The wounds of war can be healed.
Peace out.
But never hidden.
And just like that, we're topped off again. Happy to see additional blood. I could consider perhaps getting rid of this last shovel in exchange for some deeds. I think I will. Because I feel like once we get this next key, which is probably somewhere over here, and we come and unlock this place, that'll be enough for a first run. Yeah, a bunch of junk. Walk on by. I just really wish our Vestal hadn't interacted with that. Of course, we get an obstacle right there. Let's see what's in this place before we go up. The key could be here, it could be here. If it's here, then there's no reason for us to go up there and interact with that curio. That would be stress relief if we had a torch. We'll eat some food. And if we pick up a key, we're going to need to make
If
space in
only
our
treasure
inventory
could
anyway.
staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
See what's in here. The room battle. Yeah, that's probably the key. Okay, so after this, we're going to camp.
The blood quickens.
Good, good. See if we can't point blank shot this guy. Stun him, perhaps. Yes, that probably prevented a lot of damage. Especially when you consider that they were going to get this buff here for 30%.
Eradicated.
Pretty high probability that point blank shot would finish that for us. Ooh, big heal. Keep up the AoE. Excellent. That is certainly a kill. Alright. So we've got one bleeding Esquire to deal with. And obviously, guys, if we didn't care about loot at all, we could just keep going. But I think this is a fine start on one invitation. And we're going to get out of here probably with no stress and no damage. We could pop right back in with the same party and be absolutely fine. I might switch it up a little bit for fun's sake. But my like original thought still stands that I don't really want to get more people than necessary infected and have them start draining our blood reserves.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Okay, we're gonna camp here. We're gonna eat. Pick that up, pick that up. Okay, let's see if we can't get rid of our stress here. So, I don't think there are ambushes in this place at all. Okay, heals himself for 20. All companions minus 10 stress. That's great. And they get a buff. Self only. He can increase his stress or lower it. Yeah, let's clean our guns. Remember that only works for range damage. And that's it. Let's rest. This place is horrific, even so I'm at ease. We are out of firewood. We must steel ourselves for a push to the end. This would be far worse without the great bounty in our packs. Yeah, we're rich. I took the shovel just in case the key wasn't here. But it is, of course, here. And I am going to do some of that. And this. And this is looking like a pretty good, like, final iteration of our pack. We still have a full stack of food in case we have a hunger check. And our stress is nice and low. Like I said, we could come right back in with the same party. I honestly have no idea how long we've been recording for today. Could have been that long, right? What are we at? Like maybe 35 minutes? I don't know. I'd have to like alt-tab out to see. OBS does not have... It might have something that's not active, but they don't have like a little invisible UI that I can see, like an overlay that tells me. Some recording software I've used does have that, and it's pretty useful. It'll tell me like up in the corner like you've been recording for this long. I just kind of have to have a clock, have my phone next to me, kind of look at what the time is. I try not to go over an hour. I've had problems specifically with Darkest Dungeon videos for some reason. Really just the size, probably, of the file. A couple gigs. Once you go into like that hour and a half mark, stuff gets real sketchy. Which is what I did whenever I was in the farmstead. Because it's hard to find a good place to stop. It's infinite, you know? As long as you keep winning, you keep playing. Alright, that guy's super dead. So we're going to make use of our ranged for massive damage and crit. And we nail it. Look at his buffs. Okay, he's dead no matter what. See if we can't land a stun. My biggest complaint with the Flagellant is that no one ever targets him. He's such a an easy target that he doesn't get targeted. We want him to be the one that takes almost all the damage. Simply because once he gets low, he can use a healing... See, I should have attacked him. For whatever reason, I thought the guard was in reverse. It was the other way around. But we missed out on a little bit of damage here on Chevalier. And just like that, right at the end, Behemoth is going to get the curse. That's okay. All this does is really encourage me to use the same party, which I'm fine with. This is a very solid party. High damage, lots of bleed potential, lots of healing, stress healing. Nice and stable. I don't have to worry about losing a character, which is kind of my least favorite thing. Okay, nice and dead. Dead as well. We're going to shuffle and see if I can't get some heals off.
The wounds of war can
Because it might behoove me, as soon as we cross the gate, we might see just another fight or so that we can just take. Like here, do I need this food? Absolutely not. We can take another 8 crests. We might get a hunger check right now just to punish me, but a hunger check even wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Okay, let's center down there. What's beyond this door? I don't know. I think this is the beginning of the really long, what do you call that? Dead ends, right? If we go to the right, it's a super long dead end, and if we go to the left, it's a super long dead end. And I think the only payoff really is treasure at the end. I don't know, there might be keys to go through the next door. I think there is a purpose to some of them. I'm pulling it up real quick, the map, because I think this is a mini-boss right here. If I remember right. If this is a mini-boss, I'd love to end today on a fight. Okay, I think it is. I think this might be a mini-boss, and if it is, it's probably the Crocodilian. Let's see if we can't beat him. That would be a good finisher here, since we're in good shape. Kill the Crocodilian, and peace out. I'm trying not to look at a map. I've got my phone off. Because I want it to be kind of... some stuff to kind of be a surprise. I don't want to know what's in, like, every room. That feels a little lame. Damn, that would have been a kill. Okay, let's just grab this. The Crocodilian is such a kind of a rough fight. I think he kind of guarantees that you get a good item too. I don't want to kind of speak out of school, but I think we'll get a Crimson Courtyard item from beating him. That could be totally wrong though. We also have a blank spot in our inventory, which we're probably about to fill.
Exposed to a killing blow.
Damn. Right before the boss fight, they're going to start hurting me. We don't have any dog treats. We don't have any torchlight for increased accuracy, which is pretty important versus this boss. But we are just playing strong. Go ahead and top ourselves off. Okay. Oh, nice.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
If this is him, and I think it is. No, it's just a treasure room. Okay, well, I didn't know that. I thought this was the mini-boss.
Inspiration and improvement.
Man, I was hoping to fight the Crocodilian right at the end here. That would have been cool. Did they all get bled there, or did some of them resist? Hard to tell. Are we still buffed? Yes. Get rid of one of these. That was pretty damn good damage, and she's dead next turn. Both of these are dead now. She gets off one buff, but then she's gone. So then we're just fighting two supplicants. Why did I think there was a mini-boss here? Does this room look really weirdly different on the guide? I think so. Yeah, I guess it's just like a treasure room. But where the heck is the mini-boss then? I don't know. Oh well. Still a good last room for us. And I think that's probably going to be it for me today. I do have class today. Pretty boring statistical math class. It's not that boring when we learn the math, but a lot of the class is spent kind of messing around. Which is not my deal. Like, if I'm in there to learn math, can we just please learn some math? I think this is going to be good. I don't know how much I really need to mess with trying to max that out. I think portraits are worth more than busts, so that kind of makes sense. Alright, let's see what's in here. An immunity mask, we don't need that. Alright, we're out. That was very good use.
Adversity has a beauty. It is the fire that tempers.
Tempers the blade. It looks like they changed up the writing a bit there. But great haul. And next time we come in for the next episode, I think I'm going to go like 2 invitations deep. But guys, we knocked out a ton. That was the whole first section. We're in kind of like the second section now.
Take advantage of this faith-fueled charity. It will not last.
We are in sort of like the second stage, where we have to open up the next door, wherever that might be. And then following that, there is certainly a third stage where we have to get closer to the inner sanctum of the boss herself. Huh. So what do we have? 93 crests. We can kind of upgrade whatever we want, I think. Let's just finish upgrading the Nomad Wagon. 100% there. Good items. Let's not unequip, because we might just end up sending the exact same party. I might pull out Behemoth for someone like Stanley, perhaps. Just for a little bit of variation. You know, and if that's the case, then let's go ahead and unequip. We might just sort some people around. 92 for the bonfire. Okay, last upgrade here for the sanitarium.
Curious methodologies and apparatus can calm even the most tormented soul.
Awesome. I'm into the Abbey.
A little hope, however desperate, is never without worth.
Well said. Alright, and we can trade some crests, or some deeds here for crests. Normally a kind of a bad trade. Get a bunch of extras.
Gilded icons and dogmatic rituals. For some, a tonic against the bloodshed. A man in a robe, claiming communion with the divine. Madness.
Love it. I just want to try and get our Hamlet like all the way upgraded, mostly just for fun. Trading off our deeds. Do that. I need 15 busts. Didn't need to do that. Can I get there?
Gilded icons and dogmatic rituals. For some, a tonic against the bloodshed.
Man, I love these Wayne June quotes. That's my favorite part of upgrading. I think if I could get this upgraded, that it would change the look of our penance hall. Let's go for it. What do I need? Can't see. I need 19. Okay. Boom. And then I need 19 busts. That's a little harder. Okay, let's see if it changes. So look at it right now. I appreciate the little details like that. Yes, it did. We didn't get a Wayne June quote, but now our Hamlet looks more respectable. Very good. And there's nothing we need. I don't think there was... Yeah, there's all low-level dudes in the stagecoach, unfortunately. And that's going to be it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. We're going to go back in tomorrow, or whenever I get a chance to go back in. But we are going to narrow in on the cultist, on the countess rather. We might actually be able to do it in 5 invitations. Kind of doing a little middle math based on how big I know this place is. I think it's doable. I think if we had one more invitation, I'd feel better. Because I know we can clear the area in 5, but can we clear it and then, like, come in fresh with a brand new crew and fight just her? With 5, perhaps not. So we gotta clear it in 4, and then fight her with the one we have left over. That's kind of my idea for right now. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. My name is Brett. My channel is Goodtalk Gaming, and as always, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Take care, y'all.